But I guess, what is then the solution? How do these people, yes, you can pass on the information to them, but in many cases they need to perhaps have, the experience, and they need to, see other people that are doing it and have maybe better mentors in the industry. So what then is the core thing that we can do to close the gap?
Okay, thank you very much. So I would like to say that there is need for the mentorship to come in play here. Now, there's this problem exists, but we want all to know also that these young people need someone. They said, Albert Einstein, he said, if I succeeded in what I'm doing, it's because I stood on the shoulders of giants. Now we need those shoulders of giants to come in play here. We need the young people to start standing on those shoulders to learn what the aging workforce learned before, what this older generation have learned. So we need them to come on board and mentor these young ones. There is need for them to know that people need to be taught that this is deliberate. It's not something they have to jump on. Some people make deliberate efforts to learn what they are learning now, but we need the older people to come on and pick up these young ones and teach them, deliberately imparting the knowledge on them. And then we also need governments of all these African nations to take the issue of transfer of knowledge and skills, very important. The issue of capacity building is there. We're talking local content in the oil and gas sector, but if we don't have the capacity, we don't have the skills to take on board, the expatriates will always have the job. There will always be capital flights. But if the young people are being trained properly, they'll be able to take over the jobs that we want them to take over. And this industry is a growing industry. You talk about renewable energy. The issue of power is very, very serious in Africa. But if you don't have the capacity, if you don't have the requisite knowledge for it, we continually be in this shade of darkness that we're seeing. So,
but is it actually the government's job, though, to provide that training in the industry?
The government have a big role to play. The issue of policy, like we've all been hearing in this conference, is very important. The policy, the fiscal policy regime is important. The enabling environment is important. Individual also comes to play. PPP, private partnership comes to play. But if you don't have the right environment to make these things work, no matter the effort in private companies put in, it will just be like a drop in the ocean. So it's very important that everybody needs to put their hands on deck and make it work. Even the individual, the young people, they have to see the need to grow, the need to build, to expand. Because the world is changing, the world is evolving. Their counterparts in other parts of the world are already moving like the speed of light. So they have to put extra efforts to catch up.
The oil and gas industry in Africa, for what I know is, you tend to have a lot of people that go into the industry and they stay there for years. I mean, my mom worked at Chevron Texaco and she was there for 30 years, and a lot of her colleagues, were there for many, many years. So in a way, it's almost like because they're there for so long, I'm not saying that they need to leave earlier or anything, it kind of doesn't really create the space for the younger people to sort of come in and take on some of those, senior management jobs, say in comparison to maybe another industry like banking, where younger people are seen to take on more senior roles pretty quickly. Do you agree with me in that?
I agree with you, but I also need to say that we have come to that point where the aging workforce, the older people have to leave. And now we have some of them retiring due to age and due to maybe some level of incompetency. We are not saying they have to retire and go. We need them to come back as veterans to start mentoring these other people, to mentor the younger ones. Because that's where the problem is. Your mom and her generation, when they worked, they were properly taught. They were trained in the right way. Much effort and time was given in putting those things here. That's why they can stay and survive in the industry for this long. But these young ones, if they don't have that knowledge that we're giving to those older generation, they won't be able to survive that long. And then at the end of the day, we have an industry that is messed up. We'll have an industry that doesn't have qualified professionals to take over. So what we're saying is we shouldn't wait until they retire or they get to the old age where they'll have to retire. Where they are now, they can start now. Start building that capacity and start giving the young ones the role of managerial roles to take over, okay? Start making them feel responsible for what they can do. And who knows, before they even retire, these ones are already masters at the job.
That's true. Thank you so much for joining us. Thanks so much.